Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the UK Northern Powerhouse on Transport Fever 2. This is going to be episode number 45 in the series, and in this episode I'm actually going to try and build two lines in one episode, which is unusual for me, but hopefully they're relatively straightforward, and what they will do is allow me to finish the East Midlands Railway service from Liverpool down to, well, it would be, where would it be down to in real life? Somewhere. Norwich. Liverpool Norwich service. Obviously on the map it's going to go as far down as Grantham, but just need a couple of lines to finish that off, and that will allow us to do some other things as well, which I'll explain a little bit as we go on. Just on board one of these 225s at the minute. We changed the trains a little bit in the last episode. That's all we did in the last episode. Well, it wasn't all we did quite a lot of new trains and things, but yeah, just thought it'd take some time to appreciate this one on its one of the some or other service, Leeds to Grantham service, losing £7,634,000. Not bad, but yeah, what I wanted to do was, we'll head up north first. Where are we going? Up here somewhere. Harrogate? No, Northallerton. Getting lost again. Blackpool. Down to Warrington. Right, so what I wanted to do was finish the Liverpool to Manchester via Warrington Central line, which we'll get on now. Rather than talking, we'll just get on and actually build. So it wants to be, I want to pause the game first of all. It wants to be somewhere, where does it want to be? I think it goes, I've got open rail map, but I don't have to take a quick look. The only problem with that is you might be able to hear the sound actually changing, possibly. Warrington Central. Yeah, it does go over the north, does it? The north end of Warrington, yeah, it does go there. But it just takes a swing in. So we're going to have to rebuild this road bridge anyway, and then I'm actually going to demolish a little bit of Warrington here, just so we can get the train station, the railway station, into the town a little bit further, because it is, as the name suggests, it's sort of in the centre of Warrington, but not quite, if you get what I mean. It's more in the centre of Warrington than Bankiers, so I think that will be close enough, and we can take advantage of a asset that I haven't actually used yet, so this could be interesting. Where is it? Passenger station 1980, passenger station, why have I got two? Oh, that's the one. Elevated passenger station. Now it's right, okay, so it's up in the air, which looks elevated modular passenger station. Yeah, so it's going to be 160. It is new, it's obviously modern, whereas Warrington Central really isn't that modern. But I'm not sure if there are any other elevated stations, if I'm honest. Possibly might be. I could always just build this on an embankment, but I did want to make use of the elevated station. So track standard, catenary no, height 15 metres. Will that allow roads to get underneath? I think so. Pillars normal. Yeah, we can have a number of pillars. Don't think that's high enough. We'll go with 20 metres high. Just want to make sure we can get some road underneath it. So we'll just dump it there. Is that it? How do passengers get to it? Is there something I've got to do, or do passengers just magically elevate up there somehow? Should have really played around with this before I messed around with it. So it's not going to let me build one there, but I'm going to go right alongside, chuck in a couple of roads. Yeah, it's not like the underground station, which you have to do some extra little bits with. There's like a little thing which you finish the station with. This has just done that. So right, I guess that's what it is. So next thing is, let's just take a look at, so the road bridge, we want a nice road. I think we'll go with 4 lanes over the West Coast Main Line on a more modern structure, something concrete. Make sure that's all gauge clear. That's fine. It's a bit too high though. We don't really need it to be quite that high. Yeah, that's a bit better. Again, we'll just go with that concrete. Make sure the pillars aren't glitching in. And we've still got that issue with the pads not touching the actual line, the actual bridge. I think we'll go. That's better. Yeah, they've still got that little bit of a glitch with those, which looks a bit rubbish. So we'll go with something like that instead, and then actually bring that down, see if we can bring it down a little bit quicker, something like that, and then we'll just go standard road into there and just chuck that into there, and another road going out over here somewhere towards the motorway. Actually, I think we'll go with an asymmetric road on there, like so, and then that will connect up to the motorway junction. So let's just chuck a bit of road in, like so, sorted. And actually, I think again on the approach into this main road here, we'll go something asymmetric like that, and then we can just hopefully just chuck this rail. Actually, we need to connect this bit of road up, which is there. Just go like that, sorted. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit not quite accurate, and Warrington Central is a bit. It should be, I think, a little bit more northeasterly, or like not east to west rather than northeasterly, northwesterly like that is. But never mind. It'll do the trick. So we want some high-speed tracks. Go over there, and we can use. I think I'll use one of these viaducts. In what colour? I think it's like a. No, not like that. No, not that one either. Something like that. No, that's a bit spaced a bit close together. Let's see. Got a whole selection. Definitely not a grey. It's more of a red. Something like that. So actually, if we go, so the viaduct is going to have to go to about there, and then it's going to have to be a girder bridge, not going up or down, just level. Level. That doesn't look level, does it? Level, and then just some sort of girder bridge. It wants to be straight as well, doesn't it? Girder bridges are generally straight. That's all right. Not really too concerned about the colour. We'll go something like that, and then I think what's it doing there? It's doing a bridge, which is fine. That's no problem. But I would have preferred it to have stayed on the viaduct. Let's turn up the volume, flatten this out, so maybe we can encourage it. No, maybe lower it to about there. Then maybe, and then what? Right. That's got a bit ugly. So smooth some of that out. That's fine. Then get the track over here. Let's check the height. This is a bit ugly, but again, we want another viaduct. What did we decide on? That one. So it's not particularly fast, but it's coming into the station anyway, and that should be high enough to get over the track, like so. Because as we go over the track again, we want another relatively straight piece of bridge, not a bendy bridge. That looks a bit odd. Something like that, and then we'll go again with another girder bridge. Although that's just if we point it up. I know I don't usually like to have bridges on a slant, but I think in this instance that's what we're going to have to do. And then if I just bring it round, so that's miles up in the air then. Okie dokie. So what we need to do is from here just eyeball it to about there. 1, 2, 3. How high is that? Too high. Down. How high is that? That's better, but it's that's no. Could it probably come down another 1? No, maybe not. Something like that. No, we can still come down further than that. God, it's so fiddly. Nope. Maybe. Nope. This looks like it might be it. Still, no, not even higher than it was in the first place. Nope, that's too high. Right, let's bring this down to there. No, we will get it. We have got it. No, it's still really. Why are you so high? Right, so if you zoom right down here, something about there maybe, and then that's definitely high enough to clear. Just don't want it to be really high like that. It just looks too unnecessarily high. Something that's definitely high enough to clear the catenary there, but it's not having any of it, is it? It's like you will have an unnecessarily high bridge. You will. So if you start it a bit further back. This slope as well, which is making things a little bit awkward. That's definitely high enough. Right, and it's not letting us select a different bridge either, is it? Right, so something like that, but it's miles up in the air. Okay, so get that as a starting point. You want to be level. You can either have pointing up in the air, or you can't have level. You're not allowed. Can I get rid of that? Now this should set us from here, but it's going to give us a really this was supposed to be dead simple. I just wanted to put in a little bit of track just to get over to. Oh, that looks still too high in my book, but we'll have to go for it because otherwise it's going to take us all day. And I wanted to build another piece of track, didn't I? So we'll get that in there. I'm not entirely sure what sort of bridge it would have, but we'll go with that. And then this needs to be deleted back to there a little bit, and then just chuck that in there. Get a bit of viaduct, and then we'll go in with. Actually, no, we won't. We'll extend this out. I think we'll have to go up a little bit. Just keep it on an embankment for now. That's fine. And then we'll come in with the actual buttresses on these just to finish off. So it's 2 tracks wide, brick, pale red. I want the caps in the middle, something like that. Just about matches. I think it's a bit. Does go up and down a little bit for some reason, but I'm gonna live with it. And then just another set of end caps here just to finish it off. Make sure there's no collision with the track or anything. That all looks fine. Good. So that was sufficiently complicated, probably more complicated than needed to be. Right, so get that level on an embankment, I think now. Cross that. Still, ooh, that's very high, but never mind. We will take it to about there, and we'll use another under truss. I think. No, that's a. Is there an yeah, it's under truss. Yeah, something like that. That's fine. Just take it. Did that have a stupid speed on it? Let's just double check that. 140. No, we'll live with that as well. Right, and then this should be relatively straightforward because this track has been in place for ages. You know, we've still got quite a long run out to Manchester, so I'm just going to whiz this track out. We can start coming down to ground level. Right, I'll get this track out because this should be fairly straightforward, and then we'll head off down towards Nottingham. Yeah, I said we'd head off towards Nottingham, completely ignoring the fact there's an entire section of track that needs to be built out towards Manchester. It's not too far, but I just want to do one more viaduct. It shouldn't really be curved because as far as I can remember, it is pretty straight, but there is like a brick viaduct, and then inside the viaduct there's like shops units within the arches at a certain point on the route. So I just wanted to replicate that a little bit, and I just want to do another using under truss ones just because the gaps I'm leaving are quite big, so the spans are probably a bit longer than you would have for a standard girder bridge. So we'll go with something a little bit fancier, the under truss type. Now where does this one go? I've completely built Manchester Airport in the wrong place as well, which isn't going to help the situation, but let's just take a look at where we are. We've got this track here, which I've already put the junction in, so I've been using that. I'm going to have to demolish a bit of Salford, which was only built not so long ago. Just want to finish the end caps off, just to make them look nice. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, actually, having said that, it doesn't matter a great deal, but I just think having the buttresses on so we'll go increase the size, and then no buttresses, so we'll just go with walls. And is this actually a bright red brick? No. Alright, we'll just chuck that in there. It looks a little bit better, I think. But actually, having said that, on that side where it's an embankment, we will have the buttresses. Yeah, just get rid of these quickly. Just change that one. Just change these around a bit. Just make them look a little bit better. Shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't do. Should just be a nice quick job. Get those into there. Looks a little bit curvaceous, but it's coming in to slow down anyway, so it's not the end of the world. That's fine. Now we do have a bit more infrastructure to try and wind our way around. Yeah, I've just broken the East Midlands Railway route. Let's just see what it wants us to do. Yeah, there's lots of collisions and things, so we're going to have to do this bit by bit. We're not just going to be able to hammer it through, but if we do that, we'll keep it on an embankment. It doesn't need to be going miles up into the air like that though, does it? Don't think. Right, so the game is still paused. We will get rid of this street here, that one there, and then we just come in with another girder bridge of some description. You just use a standard girder bridge. That looks curved to me. Is that curved? No. Yes, it is. That's curved, isn't it? It's curved and lumpy, but I'm gonna keep it. Bring that down as quickly as possible. and then I'm gonna have to come up again just to get over this little. Oh yeah, that's pretty ugly, isn't it? As well, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to sort that out. That's not very attractive at all. So what was I using? I was using that road there. Get that out. Have it, yeah, like that, and then see if I can just. No, that's not joined to that, has it? Are you gonna let me? It's not. Wasn't giving me a snapping point. Was that? Well, that's still going uphill quite a lot, but it looks a little bit better than it did. Good. So we're getting somewhere. Is that high enough to cross that? Should be. Something like that. Maybe. Oh, a single arch bridge over whatever it's called. One of them. No, we didn't want the viaduct. Just wanted embankment. Something like. No, not something like that. It's getting a bit too close to the mid-Cheshire line. I know that much, but I think I will relocate this anyway. It was my fault for my placement of Manchester Airport. Let's just actually, for the sake of not being completely inaccurate, where does this go? Yeah, they don't really get that close, but I think, because what I'm thinking as well is I might build, no, this needs to come, like, to curve away from it. I was thinking I might build Navigation Road as well, because it's on the mid-Cheshire line, but it also, or Altrincham, whichever station it is, because it's got like a metro station in it as well. I just thought that would be, I don't want to delete that much. I thought it'd be quite good to have an interchange with the metro. Just want to, yeah, I'll delete that as well. This shouldn't be electrified. Oh, there's the parallel tracks menu. Number of tracks 2. But we're not getting any. Number of tracks 2. Oh no, I won't play with that now. We'll just get on with this. Get this finished. So I'm going to curve it that way a little bit. It needs to come up. Yeah, I just don't want it too close to the mid-Cheshire line. Otherwise it would look a little bit odd. Is that high enough? Potentially. Yeah, that's just collision with the pillar. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Do that by eye. Just a standard girder bridge across there. I know the span's quite long, but I think that'll do. Where's, yeah, that's fine. Just means we've got loads and loads of roads to cross. Something like that. I think actually for this we will go with the, not that one, that one. And I might, actually what the pillar's looking like, actually that's not looking too bad. I thought the span might look a little bit ridiculous, but I think that's not too bad. And we can, if this is the motorway, it probably would have had like a newer bridge anyway, so that's not too bad. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Yeah, we are giving ourselves a load of work to do here by crossing all of these different roads, but I think again we'll go with an under truss just for that longer span, just so it looks a little bit better, a little bit more realistic. I know I'm not going for uber realism here, but I think if I can at least make it look a little bit better just by doing a couple of little things, then I will do. Did I 100? Yeah, that's fine. And again we'll come over here with an under truss. That's fine. Yeah, I thought that was, looks like it's going uphill a little bit, but I think it'll do. And then just whip that into there like that. That's good. Sorted. So have I hooked all that up? I have. Just need to make sure this road's connected. So we want to use one sort of road like that and then upgrade it so we can take ownership of it. That's fine. That's the mid-Cheshire line. That will be going into, well, I'll be going into this. Yeah, this line again is complete, because I built Manchester Airport a bit too northerly. This kind of has to go up north a little bit. I might bring it a little bit closer to Manchester Airport than it otherwise would be in real life, but not to worry about that. And that was actually, considering I said it was going to be a little straightforward piece of track, it was actually quite complicated, but we're going to press on. We're going to head down to Nottingham here. I'm going to destroy your road, and I'm going to rebuild Nottingham at some point, so don't worry about how it looks at the minute. I'm not really overly worried. And I think I'm going to rebuild Grantham as well. Now, what have I done with Open Rail Map? It is, where's Driffield, East Midlands, where are we? Grantham. So I need, yeah, I've got a Barkston South Junction which goes off to Sleaford, needs to be rebuilt, but I do need to I've got to revisit Grantham anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. But it just means we're going to have to demolish. Actually, what is Grantham, a tiny town or a small town? You know what? Bye. Oh no, I probably broke a load. Oh, what's that? A bus. I broke a load of things. Oh dear. Don't want the vehicles, don't I? So yeah, we'll get rid of those. Yeah, that's fine. Just go away. Delete that route. So the good thing about Transport Fever 2 is you can just sell vehicles and they just disappear off into the ether, rather than having to mess around with them. Now we've got a stupid diamond crossing in here, which is a bit of a pain. Get rid of that. We'll just have, actually no, we'll have one of them, and we'll have that just coming out of there like that. No, just actually, yeah, viaduct, but we'll use, yeah, that's all right, that's acceptable, because I want a road to come underneath that anyway, I guess. Yeah, I said I was only going to build new towns, you know, if and when I needed to, but I was just looking at Grantham. I was thinking I need some of the towns to be bigger than what I set them initially, especially Grantham, because it is the end of the line on this actual map, and I would like to get a few more passengers on some of these train routes. So I'm going to make Grantham, I'm not going to make it any bigger, but I'm just going to make, well, I'm going to make it bigger, but not that much bigger. I'm going to make it as a small town, so it's going to have a bigger growth potential than it did initially anyway, but it's still not huge. Yeah, definitely could have definitely been better placed than that. Oh no, I'm going to try again. I don't know why it's been silly. I think it's been silly because of that road there. I must obviously own that road. So if we try and build it, say down here, was that a small town? Yep, definitely a small town, so we'll do with that. We'll go with that. Good. And then I just want to get this line in. So this needs a switch, just a temporary switch for that service. Terminals, I just want to see the lines. Oh no, it doesn't, it needs two sets of switches. Right, so we'll go one there, and then another one there like that. And then this can just put a signal. No, that's the wrong way. That one. Signal there, that's all fine. Trains can go whatever platform they want to. And then we're just going to hook this up to Nottingham, and hopefully that will be it. And that's pretty, I think that's going to be one of the longest. Can I just, as the crow flies, maybe? Not like that, we can't. We'll have to do it bit by bit. We're not having a massive viaduct. It's disallowed. Let's bring it back a little bit. Yeah, Nottingham has to be rebuilt at some stage anyway, but I really want to get this line in like that, and then kind of just, yeah, there's definitely not going to be any massive viaducts in this neck of the woods, is it? Because this is like flat territory out here. Not really that, it's not mountainous anyway. Yeah, you're not having a viaduct. 136, 144, that's all fine. And then just get that into there like that. Does it need any intermediate signals? I don't think it does. But what I do need to do now is completely redo this line. So this goes to Grantham now. So yeah, keeping it East Midlands Railway because that's what it is today. I know it's not yet technically, but it will be. And then I think I want it to be, needs to be different enough from Trans-Pennine Express, but similar to the maroons, almost deep purples of East Midlands Railway. So what I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to get this route from scratch just to make life a little bit easier. Right, so going from new line, no, not new line, add station, Liverpool Lime Street Lower, no, not Liverpool Lime Street Lower, Liverpool Lime Street, Warrington Central, Manchester, Piccadilly, Stockport, and then you are non-stop to Sheffield where you reverse and go to, oh, do you stop? Actually no, is that, yeah, that's Sheffield, isn't it? Does it go, I can't remember if it went Chesterfield or not. I think it does, could be wrong. If I am, I can always correct it later on, can't I? And then Nottingham, and then Grantham, back to Nottingham, we'll stop it at Chesterfield, back to Sheffield, then non-stop to Stockport, Piccadilly, Warrington Sidings apparently, and actually so Liverpool Lime Street, Liverpool South Parkway, and then Manchester Piccadilly, Warrington Sidings, Liverpool South Parkway, like that. Is that sufficiently different to, I know it's not a dark purple, why, oh yeah, that's fine. I know it's not a dark purple, but it's a different purple to kind of the Trans-Pennine Express services, so that's a pretty epic route really for Transport Fever, I think. It connects a lot of stuff together as well. Now what I'm actually going to do is this route here, so that one there, I'm actually going to sell all of the vehicles. Yes, I want to sell them, all of them. And then for the last little bit of this video, actually, it's going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to do a time lapse just of me scheduling these services, just because I think it's something that I haven't really shown myself doing. Actually, just before I do that though, we want to unelectrify this line, don't we? Yeah, because I don't think I've shown kind of how I schedule trains. It's not really an exciting process. It's just me literally sat there waiting to schedule the next train, but I just think it's an interesting process there, and just showing you basically how I do it, just to try and space the trains as well as possible. I know in the end they will always just bunch up because that's what they do on this game, but I just try and space them out as well as possible. So what have I actually broken? No, you should be fine now because I put turn back facility in. Why are you complaining? Manage line. Yes, it can get to all destinations. It's fine, don't worry. Look at this lovely... Did I... Yeah, put 2 switches in there, that's all fine. Why are you moaning at me? Terminals. Right, put you on to... Right, I'll put you on to 2 then, and you're still broken. Is the switch that I put in not electrified? That'll be it, won't it? That's the one. That's made them a little bit happier. Right, so they stop complaining at me now. And now what I can do is you can just see how long this route is. All the way over to here. I'm going to start my trains from this little branch, and we're still actually, we want to put the actual thing in, don't we? That would help. I'm just going to put one of these little ones. These are just the temporary ones that I usually use, and I think I'm going to use 8 vehicles on this one, so multiple units. It's a 158, and we're going to go with East Midlands Trains livery. I think I'm actually going to go for 2, because they would anyway usually be 2 vehicles, and then they split somewhere, either Sheffield or Grantham possibly, or Nottingham. I think they split at Nottingham. So yeah, I'm going to put 2 on. I'm reckoning this could be potentially quite a busy little service, but I am going to put 8 vehicles on it, and I'm going to put them on 25%, and then I'm going to schedule these. I'll do a little time lapse showing you how I schedule the trains, and you get to see that process anyways. But I'm going to leave it there for today, leave you with the time lapse, and say until next time, bye bye.